so loud. I'm gonna let the opening cutscene play. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I'm gonna let it happen anyway. This is, by the way, chat, a game I played since I was a little boy. One of them. Y'all seen a few on the channel. This is one I play when I just need a game just to play. Nothing else. Although this one, a bit different. But it has that charm. This game will always have that charm for me. It's never going to be a modern game. Everybody's like, you can make it look like blah blah blah. Like, no, just gameplay. All that really ever has been given the game is to a gameplay that is good. Or at least told you what it was always like. Yo, Farfield! Yes, we came back yesterday. God, this thing is loud. You bring bad news. Uh-oh. What's going on, Farsi? I hope you can hear me through this crazy cutscene. That's the over anyway. This one's actually not as good as the normal Dynasty Warriors 9, which we're showing off today. I wish this game was like the regular one, which I'll show in a minute. But first, welcome, Farseer. Couldn't tell if you could hear me and all that. What's the bad news? What's up? What's the bad news? What bad news do you bring? Also, yes, we came back yesterday. No. Darius won a 1v2 in his Abrams KVT against Leopard 2A4. That's terrible news, but for those Leopards. Let him try to do that to me if I ever get that. Which I got. Good news. And speaking of War Thunder, and I told you to skip that cutscene game. I'm gonna hit this so it can go away. Hold on, I need to turn the music down. Way too loud. This one's also in proper Japanese/Chinese. The regular game's not, which is weird, because the regular game's the better game overall. But, alright. Let me re-chat and we're gonna give everyone a chance to join up real quick. They shot the Abrams front armor. Although, to be fair, I've killed an Abrams with a Leopard in the front. Where did they hit him in the front at? Like, I guess it depends on what they were shooting him with. Wonder which round they fired at him. There's only one round that will really guarantee you killing an Abrams from the front, guaranteed, without it being able to shoot back. The upper plate. On body or turret? Oops. If it's body, yeah, that was stupid. But if it's turret, I mean, it can. Once again, it depends on which round they were using. They might have used the wrong one. One of them's gonna get you killed. Oh, body? Oh, that's death. Oh, that's... What? Oh, Leopard logic in that game hurts me. It really does. It's like, all I suffer from in that game half the time. Sometimes a bit of SA problems, like situational awareness. But at the other time, it's usually sometimes just bad luck. It's just either I'm the one that just gets targeted, happens to be by a jet or something, or But when I'm able to get my position going and actually shoot, I usually don't take more than 2 shots at best. I try to make it 1. The only things I can't one-shot, because I'm still kind of remembering how to kill these tanks. I'm not going to say what it is yet. But these tanks with a Leopard in 1 shot. But the Abrams, I kill them all the time. It's like, I know exactly where to shoot them with my Leopard. And that's the A1. That's not even... Although it's mostly against XM1s, not really Abrams. but it would be the same upscale principle. A Leopard 2A4 versus, the Abrams, the KVTs or any of those. Like, bro, what happened? I don't know. Leopard logic in War Thunder just baffles me. Daria shot both the body with M774s, yeah. So it's like I said. Also, they found out why trying to ammo rack in Abrams is a bad idea. Yeah, see, that's not what I'm aiming at when I do that. I will cheek in Abrams, but it's actually, this is why you need to use a certain round. I'm trying to kill his crew in one go. I'm not worried about the ammo, because I'm not going to ever get to that ammo. That is definitely a waste of time. Because James learned that the other day. He didn't know that either. No one told him this. If James tried to, I think James had tried to do it in a match. He tried to do it to one of the XM1s or one of the upper level Abrams in an up tier. He learned the hard way. The vent stopped the explosion and he shot back. Yep. Like I said, that's the way the Abrams protects its ammo is just so crazy, man. So I never bother with that with them. Just try to kill the crew. Because the Abrams actually is pretty easy to kill the crew. They're not that far apart. That is kind of its weakness. They're in pretty close proximity to each other, so if you can get in, it's more about killing the crew. If I know I'm not going to one-shot an Abrams, I will immediately deck his gunner. So that way he has to replace it with one of the lesser skilled pilots. Gives me a better chance. Or kill his barrel. That's the other better, guaranteed way to keep yourself alive in a brawling sneak-up situation. Also, his highest BR kill is the Strav 122. Nice. There's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of, I'm leaning off camera. The camera's not angled right tonight. It's been a weird weekend. Yesterday was our first real debut back with Final Fantasy, finishing off that terrible. By the way, I tried to stream when my internet was broken so bad. I ended up having to break one episode into 3 different parts, like little parts. We only did a little bit in those. We got to see that, if you missed it, Joshua is alive. Clive doesn't know this yet, but the game has shown us that the hooded man is him. We're both happen to be heading back to Phoenix Gate at the same time now. I now have Jill, aka Shiva, in tow with Clive as King Ifrit. Some crazy sad things happened in yesterday's episode. Like a lot of Game of Thrones-y story came out. We got to find out what happened to Jill while she was captured by the Iron Kingdom. It was not good. You'll have to watch to find out, but she explained it only like in words, but oh my goodness. They definitely wanted that Game of Thrones, that level of sadness. Also, Gaijin nerfed the Tech Tree Striker. Why? That's sad. Now everyone's just gonna rely on the Wolfpack all the time. Oh, back to what I was saying before we start and really actually start comparing this game and talking about Dynasty Warriors and versus the regular Dynasty Warriors, which we're doing a stream on that right after this. This isn't going to be a long stream because both of them together are going to be kind of the length of what we would normally probably do, which is about 2 hours. One may have to be cut short, but we'll have to see. They gave the Wolfpack the same ammo. Whoop. The same ammo as it, so no point in playing it now. Wow. Well, so much for the regular Striker, I guess. There were people complaining, I did hear about that with the Striker, Wolfpack, that because it was missing the ammo the Striker had, that it wasn't a true Striker. And if you do think about it, I do agree it is going to make the Striker pointless if you have the Wolfpack. There is no point. than even trying to get the striker and wasting your research points on that tree. But I guess it's a good way to like make it fair for both sides a little bit. So if you don't have the wolf pack, you just get the striker and it'll be fine. But if you do have the wolf pack, don't even bother with the striker. Yeah, so the wolf pack is better than the base striker. Yeah, which would make it, that is true, it does make it better, but that is kind of the point of the wolf pack. A lot of people were kind of complaining that all the wolf pack really was that it had better camo, better, lower profile, but it did, because it was missing the ammo from the baseline one, it did have a little bit of weirdness to it. So it really wasn't a premium fully, if you really think about it. But it is now. Now it's definitely what you would expect from a premium vehicle. Oh, my head, ow. But, let me see. I'm going to scoot over here while I'm more in the center of the camera so I can move around some more. Also, the M1A1 is struggling to find its use. Yeah, it makes sense. It's stuck in that void land that kind of the Leopard 2 is, or usually is, the 2K and the 2. Because it's at the very beginning, right? So it's at a tier, or battle rating as I should say. I shouldn't say tier, battle rating. That makes it where it's always being paired, probably 75% of the time, with its bigger brothers. So, it's like, they're gonna shoot you because you're the easier out of the three to shoot. If you see an A1, an A2, and an A3 freaking right next to each other, and you're not that, your tank ain't, that good, you're gonna shoot, or the aim or any of the other specialties, they're going to shoot the regular one. It's easier to kill it. So, the aim is just superior than, yeah, and that's true, like I said, the aim, even the KVT, the aim, all of that. It's going to get up tiered so much all the time that it's going to see that, it's going to see its bigger tech tree versions. I could see that being an issue, but the luckily good thing about Abrams is once you do hit the A1, sure, she is a weaker model, but once you get her, and then you go up, Abrams are kind of the same, except for their difference in equipment that make them harder to kill, or faster, or more deadly, or blah blah blah, all kinds of different variants and flavors. But at the heart of it, if you were to take it all away, it's still an Abrams. So its baseline is still always going to be stupid reliable. So it's more about just pilot skill at that point. And then the extra icing and cake that you might have, depending on if you have a KVT or an aim or whatever. And one base is just speed with a 5-second reload. But that's all it needs. That's really all Abrams start as, any of them. They're all fast reload and really stupid fast. But then you add on the icing to each version, depending on your flavor. Whether you're just staying with the tech tree and going up to the A2, A3, or if you want to spend some money and go the AIM or the KVT or any of the others. Also, leave it to Australia to make it more dangerous. Everything's more dangerous in Australia. It's like, that old saying, everything's more dangerous in Texas. That's not true anymore. At this point, everything's more dangerous in Australia. When you send it to Australia, it gets an upgrade by a level 1000. M1A1 is slower with 6 seconds reload, but better ammo. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like they're all slightly different versions, but they're all so little of a difference other than armor and survivability that I'm not going to hate on because the aim is stupid in that way. And then many other things that factor in. Equipment like laser rangefinders, different scope types, all kinds of stuff. Now, technically, if you really boil down to it, the A3 is technically supposed to have a scout, zone that's capable of on some of them, but I don't think the game has that. So, improved M1 is just better. It's just better than both. Yeah, that's true. Like I said, it's all flavor. At the end of the day, if you just like Abrams in general, you're gonna do amazing with any of them. It'll just get easier depending on which person you end up with. Same thing with me with the leopards. I'm stuck in a weird limbo land where the A1 is my apex right now. Like, if I don't get too spotted early, I can really do some damage. And then the leopard one's my downgrade. However, I am about to do something at the end of this month, after I get back from my trip, which, by the way, my trip is back on and properly going. It's going to be on the 14th, just to let y'all know when streams are going to stop for a little bit, for a few days. For, I'll say about a week to be safe. It's probably not going to be that long, necessarily. But I don't know what window to give y'all, so I'm going to give y'all a bigger window just to be safe. But my trip is back to my hometown. Also, quick question, what's your opinion on the T-72? Well, there's so many variants I see of that thing. I like it. I don't know. If I were to play Russia, I actually do think I do like the T-72s, if I were playing Russia. Don't get me wrong, I still like T-80U is my favorite. Personally, don't know why, it just is. But T-72s, I do like them. I used one of them because I managed to rank it up in Armored Warfare. I think that's what it was called. It's like it was the competitor to War Thunder back in the day, but it died off pretty quickly, sadly. It was more arcadey, kind of like World of Tanks, but modern, like really modern. But yeah, I do like the T-72s. There's a lot of, like, I've seen, like, there was one of the T-72B. Isn't there an A, a B, and something else? For the T-72? I know a B got destroyed earlier in the match me and James were in when I was, holding this area before a plane before an ally got spotted by a plane and got me killed in the crossfire of it. Because I was actually in a spot he couldn't see me. Darius hates them now. They are pretty wily. They're very, very dangerous. Like, I think what I like about them is they are hard to kill kind of sometimes. If you don't hit them just right, they can be pretty juicy. And the one I saw, it took a lot before it died. He was being pretty blatantly dumb with it. He killed so many, but always dies. 2-1. Yeah, they do tend to be a lot of them when it's an actual Russian team. They seem to almost be like the infantry tank, basically, and then everybody else is the specialties have got. You upgrade if you're up tier T90s or T80Us, and then the T55s. Those are like the scouts, basically. Not literally, but in these terms. Of course, the objects. I'm not even going to talk about it, because the thing I don't like about Russia are objects. The object vehicle is like, I don't know if it's just I have kryptonite against it or whatever. It is always what kills me in my leopard when I'm fighting Russia. I had, like, I'm going to even say 80% of the time that it is constantly just slapping me from somewhere. Somehow the IQ of the T-72s have dropped the leopard levels. I have seen that. He definitely had leopard logic, the one that was with me in that match. But it just goes to show you, unlike a leopard though, at least his tank can take it. Like, it can handle being that dumb. A leopard can't be that dumb and survive at all. It'll insta-die. That T-72 got shot, I'm pretty sure, at least 8 times before it died. And he was out in the open and everything. He even got like 2 to 3 kills before they killed him. I'm like, what is happening? Like, if I had done that, I'd have been dead. I blame the terms. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Now I remember what it was. It was the T-72 terms. I remember it had an extra name, but I couldn't remember what it was. Yeah, so that was... The thing was just like... Dude, I was like, is this thing made out of adamantium? What is happening? I'm just over here kind of slightly peeking out of my angle I've got, so that way they can't see me shooting at the targets he's shooting. It gave me a couple assists, so I made at least some money. But, you know... I was like, what is this? Like, I had never seen something. Other than the British tanks, like the later British tanks, especially Challenger 2s and stuff, I'm like, what is this survivability I'm seeing? Also, Darius bring one message. He got an ATGM heli now. Nice! I technically got mine with mine now, but I don't play it enough because I need to do what I'm going to be doing at the end of... I keep getting sidetracked. I'm going to be buying the TAM2 IP at the end of the month. I want to try to stay where I'm at premium-wise, because James doesn't have anything high enough for us to up-tier any more than we already are. So, you won't be able to handle it, and still help me and be effective. So I'm staying at 9.3 to 9.7 is highest. So that way the up tier is only 10.7 and no 11s. Can't talk. That way it doesn't do any 11.0s. So I'm going to be getting the TAM2 IP at the end of this month. So that way I can get 2 premium vehicles for my Germans that I'm playing right now. Or to earn money. They're cheap repairs. Well, one's going to have free repairs for a certain amount of time, which will be the TAM. My TAM is also my light vehicle that I don't have right now and I desperately need. And it also has a UAV scout drone just like the Wolfpack does. So I'll be able to scout people and a laser rangefinder. So I will be able to do scary things as a sniper with that setup. So I'm gonna have the TAM2 IP. This will help me completely finish Germany. It'll get me all my money I used to have back for a cheaper repair cost once they don't have free repairs anymore like my Leopard A1 now does. But playing just my Leopard A1 and my M48, I have gotten all the way back up to 140,000 after spending almost 20-something, 30-something thousand instantly. So, even doing kind of bad. So, this tells me the only tank that is hurting my money right now, modern-wise, is the regular Leopard 1, which is baffling. Because that thing cost me 6,400, 500, something like that, maybe 600, something like that, per death. So it eats into my win ratio and percentages. So I can eliminate that with, it'll be hefty payment, sadly. It's going to cost me $50 to get the Gold Eagles I need to get it. But that's why I'm waiting till the end of the month. After I do my trip, get back from doing that, if I have enough left. It may have to wait till the beginning of the month for next month, but at the end of this month, if I have enough left, I am going to be picking up that. And I'll be able to permanently stay grinding my ground vehicles at 9.7. Because that's what the TAM2 IP is. It's at 9.7. So. Also, a KV-2 shot Darius's Abrams in the side when he had his tank skirts equipped back on. Ooh. I missed something. Be warned, Darius might want to use his KV. Also, he wasted all his Gold Eagles, not on skipping, but on fixing the American tree. Well, I don't blame him. That's kind of what I'm about to do. It's going to be it is going to be a slight more of a dip of money than I wanted to pay, but we're just too far behind. I have to come to terms at this point. If I actually want Germany to start moving again, I need to get something that ain't eating into my normal wins and what I earn, whether I have premium or not. So, the only way to fix that is to get one more vehicle that will create a perfect nest for me to sit in and just earn money doing bad or good in matches. So I can get back into actually trying to play. Because another problem was I can't really keep myself trained because I can't play enough all the time. Because I'm afraid I'm going to burn too much of my money, and then I'm going to have to go to ships and then go back and forth. I keep doing that, and it's going to be a deadly cycle. So I'm like, I'm fixing that right now. I'm fighting the bullet, going to give one another a little extra money, getting me a scout that has a nasty sniping skills and a way of spotting for James as well. And we're going to do what I've always supposed to do as my Germans, which is be the sniper support unit. Anyways, we should start the game. We should. I can't stop. This is what happens when I don't have internet. I have to catch all up on so much. It's terrible. And then because I can't do vlogs. Thank you for the like, James Skype. Well, thank you. But let's do this. Alright, now let's actually talk about the game at hand. Welcome to Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires, everyone. This is the 9th edition of this series. This is also a childhood favorite. This game is technically a cult classic style of game. I want to warn everyone now. This isn't necessarily a, Final Fantasy, War Thunder, as we were just talking about, or any of those types of games. It is loved by the people who love it, like I do. Now, what I'm doing today is a comparison video for this versus the other version of the same game. Dynasty Warriors 9 Normal, the normal one. I know that's confusing. I'll explain why that is if you don't know the Dynasty Warriors series. Empires. Oh, also one last thing. James is getting a 7.7 tank soon. Oh, I know he is. That's why I'm also doing this. This will help him and me both. It'll help him keep his pacing, because he's starting to have a hard time. Because I can't really provide any real, other than my A1, proper support to him. Oh, they're moving the Centaurian? They're moving the Centaurian to 7.7. That's pretty good. They must be changing something on it. But that's pretty good. He is starting to really pay attention more to his Centaurian lines. But but this is to help him grind as well, because this will help him have a proper support so he's not getting bopped as well. Because he's the only thing really holding me out other than my A1. The Leopard 1 just can't compete. It doesn't have thermals. It doesn't have a laser rangefinder. It has a very hard time, and it has no armor, so it usually gets seen way too easily and gets bopped without ever being able to return fire, unlike its A1 counterpart. Darius is screwed. His Maggot 3 is 8.0. Oof. Ouch. But yeah. That's good for James, so I'll let him know. But let's load up. So I'll explain what this is as we load up. Let me load up. This is my custom character, by the way, and his Empire. I screwed up the Empire. It's the wrong color. It's supposed to be purple or white, but I fricked it up. And so, plus this version I don't think allows you to create actual, Empire colors. We could just choose that Empire as a template. They used to do that. I don't know if I just haven't found it, but let's load this up. So, I've made 3 different Empires, though. They only have the Commander and his, General Commander, which most of them are, either their siblings or their, wife or husband or whatever. Because you can't have children in this game, and they can become officers when they come of age. So, So this is what I wanted to explain about this game. This one we're only going to do a little bit of, because this one gets really repetitive fast, because this one's more like the older version of Dynasty Warriors, which I'm fine with. But streaming-wise, this game could get really old really fast for probably a lot of people watching. But I'm the Red Empire, because I screwed up the color. Because depending on the territory you start from, that's the color you get. Since it don't let me make a custom Empire template. So, I was supposed to start up there where you see that purple spot in the north. So I could get the purple for my standard units. Oops. So I forgot that was a thing in this game. And I forgot how to move my empire around on the map to get the right starting spot. And ended up in the south as basically Wu, which is a red empire, the red main empire from the story. I'll explain all them later when we do the other stream. When we actually do the story-based game. But also, as KVT has a Z on it, due to a not-so-grand T-72 beatdown. He suffered? Oof. I said, Russia's just dangerous in that game in general. If you don't know how to fight the Russian tanks, you are probably going to die pretty quick when you're fighting them. Having them on your side makes it a little easier to win, though. At least tank-wise, at least in the game. And that's mostly because a lot of Abrams players do tend to sometimes get themselves killed, even though the Abrams itself is also just as scary. So. But yeah, alright, so we're the Red Empire. Right now, I'm holding my position. I'm not trying to invade anyone. As you can see, I'm trying to increase my officer numbers due to how much territory I've had to hold. Because I've been attacked a couple times, and in retaliation I had to take a territory to gain back some resources we lost. So, and that's where the 11 is right there, those commanders. So there's 12 commanders guarding my left side. I need to beef up my middle one, where this 10 and 11 is, so we can defend there in an emergency, which is what I'm about to do. Also, as you go through each month, each year, you will, I guess I should say season, technically, but it's also a year in this game. You will be given objectives you can choose that will earn merit for your lord or commander if you're the overlord of your empire. That will level up your overlord, and he will be granted titles and things that give him bonuses and stats towards what he can do on the battlefield and in this menu. Now, how you attack is you attack these little spots. Now, I wish it was like the other game, but we'll get to that in a minute. I want to show it off. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do a stroll. Because I need to interact with 4 officers in a stroll and try to recruit some people, which I am going to do. So, okay, now that I have this map, do y'all see this map right here? You see this, right? This is the entire map all those little colors are on. Those little colored places, they're all of this that you see. In the full regular game, you never have a menu like you see back where I just was, inside the palace, where you're clicking on this menu or that menu to look at the territories. It's always like this. Now, the problem with this is, and I can't show it off here because there's no real example, other than right here, because where my troops are. You see how all the troops just sit in one spot and you can go and interact with them. This is so you can get relationships up with your troops and stuff, and your commanders rather. But in the real game, you can do that, plus they move around the map. So for instance, let's say there's a battle going on and I'm at war in that version of the game. Let's say it's with this guy. That these castles right here. These will all have bubbles around them and have commanders and camps defending roads and moving along this way, and you have to actually capture the docks to go across the water. You'll see that when we do the other one, but just think about that in your head. This one is more simple, which I'll show. Let me read chat real quick. Ardnot, quick question. Have you ever have a match where you dominated the enemy so hard that it was GG WP until they summoned the dream team of players and absolutely destroyed your entire existence? I have actually had that happen, where your team will be crushing in the beginning, and then all of a sudden, it's like they called in the A-team of tanks, and they're like, and as the song plays, someone dies. Like, every beat is someone dies on your team. I have had that happen. It is actually quite terrible. But I'm going to move around real quick. I'm going to fast travel to this camp because I want to show you all what I mean. Real quick. Move the core. It happened to my team? Okay. So, alright. You see how I can run around, right, chat? We're not going to do too much of this right now. Oh, my face is in the wrong spot. Alright, well, that'll be a lesson learned for the next stream. Don't put it right there because that'll be in the way. We need to move it to top left. As I can see those menus. So you see how this works, right? Those menus, there's this castle. Now in the regular game, these doors, if I capture this castle, which I own this territory, technically on the map. So this would be one of my castles that would be highlighted in blue with a blue bubble around the center of the castle. So let's go over here. So this game is pretty arcadey. We can just grapple hook up this wall because I own the castle. And whoop! And then now in here, there's nothing in this place. There would be a shopkeeper in here and a blacksmith because all the smaller castles have half the facilities that a big castle, like a capital castle, would have in it. So, but you can move around, do all kinds of things, but that's more of the main game. You can also buy these hideaways that you can invite the main officers to your place and talk and basically chill out and increase your friendship with them, which keeps them on your team and keeps them from betraying you in this version of the game anyways. And the other game is just so they level up and they fight more aggressively when they're your bodyguard in that game. But yeah. Now I'm going to travel real quick over here, and then we're just going to fast travel everybody. We're not going to bother running around, because in this game there's no point. Yep. That's kind of why I'm a little disappointed in this game not using what the normal game does. Unless there's a way to switch it to that, which if there is, I'm going to find out and I'm going to switch it. Because I would prefer it to be like the other game. Also, don't tell James there's a British bomber with a 12k pound bomb. Wow. He'll find out, trust me. He'll find out. Alright, so, you see how there's a capital facility right here, right? So this is one of the big cities, like the big capitals. This one, if you own this, technically, in the main game, you can go in here and all the main facilities you can have inside the game are in here. And my brain kind of went, okay, if that's the case, why not just have the facilities that you would 5.3? Wow, I don't think he's quite that high. Either that or he may already have it. I'd have to ask him. See, I would have discovered this castle by now if this was the normal main game. We would have already known, hey, this is Jinyi. You know, da-da-da-da-da. You see how this flag is, like, solid. You can tell that, no offense to this game specifically, not Dynasty Warriors as a whole. I love Dynasty Warriors as a whole. But this version of Empires is kind of just because of the pure fact that it has this open world map just like the main game does, but it doesn't utilize it at all. Like, you'll own this and be able to fast travel to it eventually, but unless there's something I'm missing in how to do this in this game, like, I own this. This is a part of my territory. I am owner of Jinyi. But this is not considered friendly. It's neutral. So I don't know. But either way, we need to fast travel down to here. Because, and this is another thing, you can recruit physically as well. I could just talk to them in that menu, or I can go out here and be like, hey guys, how you doing? See who's out here. Like, alright, there's a 2 strategists. Oh, and Wang Yi. So this is an actual character from the game. So let's try to recruit her. So we can talk to her. And then you interact, so you basically just chill out with them, and it'll have an actual animation and everything, just like in the main game would, with the main officers. So I'm like, why did they not use the map for the battles and the fighting? But yeah, so you interact with them. Now she's a D rank in companionship, so this means the chance of recruiting her is actually pretty high now. So let's try to recruit her. So recruit. So we need her to have a higher relationship with us. Okay. Some will automatically deny you, some will until they're a certain level. Some will just immediately, as soon as they're the minimum level of D rank of friendship. Yeah, I'll fight for your cause. Let's talk to this guy then. He's in purple, so he's automatically got the right color. But because I screwed up our territory, his color will change to red because he's not a main character in the game. He's just a random no-name officer that helps fill the gaps, basically. So let's try to interact with him. Let's get him to a level D. You always want to at least try to interact with them once. One of those bombers dropped near my IS-2 once, and I just moved away from my PC. It just contemplated life. I feel like that's probably what it would be like. Oh, this guy's a villain character. He may not like my character because I'm a Paragon. If we were playing Malix, we would easily recruit this guy. Personality also matters, like the type of officer you are. Because I'm a Paragon, which is a light type officer, not a dark type officer. Do you see those? You see that head, that little blue head right there with the +1? The purple icon around it means evil. If it had like a, oh, you can see it at the bottom. Reputations. I'm more of a benevolent style character. He's a more villain style character. Now I have tons of different characters. Now, this is like the Guardian Corps leader. Now, he's not totally innocent. I don't build him fully innocent. You should see my team. But because I was rusty when I first started playing this, I didn't mid-max my officers enough. So a couple of them left, sadly. I can actually have benevolent and evil characters if I play my card right. Which if I recruit him, I'll go back to being level 2 benevolent and level 2 evil. So I will have both again. And I'll get +3 in genius, so my team will become a master strategist faction. For now. I am kind of going back and forth with that. Would you train those things in that menu, which I'll show? What made it worse is it was a teammate who dropped it. Oh my goodness. That makes me mad when teammates do that, especially with something that big. Because bombers do have friendly fire, but that means if the implement is in place, it means he paid for your tank, though, hopefully. Unless that was before the patch, then damn, that sucks. Let's try to recruit him.
あなたは打つには惜しい人材です。
Ah, so he accepted even though he's an E, because my personality started to go back and forth. And that put him to D, nice. So we do have an extra person here now. Let's talk to Luke Wong over here. Let's see, I don't have any interactions left. Okay, so once you run out of interactions, you can't really do anything anymore on your stroll. But yeah, but you see how, let me go and show this off real quick while I'm out here. This is also in the main game, and this actually serves a purpose in the main game to craft your better, more overpowered weapons. Let me run outside here real quick and wait for it to spawn. Any time now. There we go. So you see how these random bandits are out here? Like, these random bandits, as I kill them, they drop materials, I level up. It's a good way to grind your characters and level them up if you're trying to in between fights. Now, in the main game, this serves a massive purpose. Whereas in this game, it's just, if you want to do it. Or if you're running around with your companion, or you're trying to get someone's companionship up really fast, just run around and kill a bunch of things together. It automatically upgrades them a ton. Don't ask me why, but it does. But yeah, this purely is just for leveling up purposes. And you can hunt out here, like, these wolves that I actually have to fight right now. In this game, they're just, they don't do anything. They just give you more gold and rations. In the main game, they actually give you wolf fangs, fur, and stuff like that to craft better weapons and upgrade your character. And it also gives you hunting points to unlock scrolls that give you more crafting recipes to better stuff. But in this game, this is pointless almost. Not totally, but almost. Anyways, that's enough of that. Yeah, that's me literally just going around and ending an entire village worth of people's population for no reason and out here. But in the actual main game, it actually does something more important. I just don't understand why they didn't do that for this game, when this game allows you to create your own characters and your own dynasty. It's kind of weird. Anyways. Time to end the stroll. We did what we came to do here. No battles took place. Nice. Everybody went on a stroll. Wow. So you see how my monthly rations just went down because I recruited a new soldier. It is getting very hard to maintain because we have such a big place. We're being attacked. Okay, so this is gonna, at least we'll get to show off combat now. I was hoping that would happen. So, the swords on the map show which territories are attacking which by the yellow lines, or green in my case. When it's attacking a player or it's attacking you, you have so many months before the attack actually happens. Or if you want to do it early and it's better and beneficial for you to do it early, you can start it this turn. Don't be a Lubu. I am a Lubu. No, I actually do have a Lubu style character, but that's Malix. He's in here. He's not on the map right now, I don't think, unless he's taken over somewhere. But problem is the colors are wrong because the territories are in the wrong place. Do you see that pink territory right there in the center top map? That's one of my custom characters. That's Jawin, aka Jarwin, one of my other books characters from my story I'm gonna write one day. But that's his territory. He's doing as good as I am. Slightly worse. He's got one less territory than I do. But you see he's attacking someone right now. He's trying to gain more ground. He's probably gonna be the guy I fight at the end of this game because he's made some moves early. Don't stab the big man because he stole his broom. He didn't. No, my character's girl is a part of this faction. You'll see her soon. You know who's in this faction from our channel. She's not in the court right now because we're not in the right spot. And they're not attacking where she is right now. She's defending this area where we're at right now, where there's less troops. So I'm trying to give her more people. Single-handedly, she could technically kill everyone if they showed up. But, you know, I like to give her at least some help. Alright, so let me check. Now I've got to go over and I've got to check my territories. Troops. So yeah, we have 12,000 troops here. They only have 11,000. And they're not going to send all 17 or however many troops they have there. Yeah, look at this. They're sending 9,600. I can field 12,000 if I wanted. Which I will go ahead and do max because it's easy to get that back in this game. Also, he did pay for my repairs even though... Even though it could have been avoided if the tiger killed me. That's true. But, you know, it's one of those things, with a bomb that big, you gotta know, like, you're gonna kill some allies. So maybe you should do it when you see no blue objects at all around the cap. That would probably be a better idea. But yeah, so we're not gonna fight that battle yet. We're over-prepared for that fight, so... What we're going to do instead is keep recruiting people for the territory that is slightly in trouble. So. See if we can get Wang Yi again. We're going to keep talking to her. I got to find her. Wait, I just need to hit up first. There she is. She's in a slightly different spot now, but... Yeah, see, you don't have to go roaming around, like I said. You can just do it all from these menus. Don't ask me why. So she's a C now. Okay, let's try again. Yep, now she's a part of our army. So that's our main character from the story. So now we have at least some more units. She'll gradually recruit some troops to her main commanding unit. So let us see. I need to Zhang Liao. All right, let's see who's the lowest level. Oh, there she is. You see her name right there. Now I had to change it a little bit because I tried to make it sound more Chinese since this is based in China. So I need to work on the people who are E's in my clan now. Because now I need to focus on making people happy so they don't leave me. So let's look for the ones that are kind of evil. Because they're going to leave me first. Yeah, see, that guy was a 0. So get everybody happier. And now I'm out of stuff. Okay. Alright, I've recruited 2 people, so I completed those for this year. For this season. Now we have to fight it. So once it turns gold, if I were to skip this turn and not fight that, the AI fights that for me. And I have to hope my troops will win the battle for me. And no one gets captured or anything. It's better you fight it. It always is. Unless you have such overpowered officers, like level-wise, if you've been training them to, like, if they're like 10 to 15 levels ahead of everybody that's coming at them, you probably can auto-resolve that. But, alright, Jin Yon. But don't worry, Zhang Liao's there. He's also a main character from the game. So we should be fine. I've played this game since I was a kid, so I know who all the overpowered characters are. It's from each of the different houses. Wu, Wei, Shu, Jin, or Lu Bu, and the other units. But now I have to defend, so let's go. Now y'all get to see what's happening. So look how many troops we're fielding. We're fielding 12,000. We technically don't have to. Now, what's good here is I actually have 3 of my custom characters fighting with me as well. I'm playing as mine, and I have Jiraiya's and Ida's here as well. So we have a lot of troops here. This is actually kind of overkill. I may take some people off. So what do we have too much of? We can't lose any cavalry. We don't have much cavalry. We have way too much infantry. So let's take off Joshua. And let's take off... that'll be good. First rule of warfare. And then we'll complete that. We'll run with 11,000. Slightly less. It's overkill, to be fair. And in this game, the troops you lose, you actually have to get back by actually conscripting them. You actually do have to conscript troops in this game. So you don't want to lose as many troops as possible during defenses. You want to try not to let it happen. Oh. And your officers and your commander will allow strategies that you have to try to complete objectives on the map as you fight in order to complete these strategies, and it will give you an advantage or summon special units or summon special units to the map. So we're going to do Zhang Liao's suggestion because I want to try to end this fast, and he's really good at assaulting things, and he's cavalry. Dominate enemy forces with ferocious attacks and encourage your allies to rally. Also, you missed what the tiger did to add icing to the 12K cake. Okay, let's see. Let's see. The tiger saw the bomb and didn't shoot like he wanted it to make me out, to take me out as well. And didn't shoot like he wanted to take me out as well. I mean, if your team is about to be boned by a 12K bomb, would you want it to friendly fire minus 20K from the dude? Yes and no, not really. Not me, no. I mean, if it were me, as much as I like to do that to people who like to troll their own friendlies anyways, I think for me, I'd want to kill you, because that's money taken away from me. It means I died and didn't get the kill, because the bomber not only killed you as a friendly, but killed me. So that means I lost money myself. So I'd rather have killed you myself and then just died by the bomb. That way I would have made money. In that game, it really is a ratio game. It's all about playing the numbers game, plus being in tanks. But let's go with Zhang Liao's suggestion. Also, when you go with someone's suggestion, one of your commander's suggestions, it will also increase your companionship and friendship with them as well. Alright. One other thing this game does allow, and all you would need to do is just put this in the pause menu, or allow me to click on their icon on the open world map, and then give them orders. You can give people orders and tell them what to do. So Guo Huai here, he is an archer unit. I want him to start bombarding this catapult base. He's over here. Ida's with me. So she can, I'm actually just going to tell her to follow me for right now. Just because, I'm going to be going for that base myself. Soon then, you're going to go back up Zhang Liao with your archers. Zhang Liao, who is my cavalry. And the assault captains are going to come to you. Let's rush the base. And Zheng Ji is going with you. Jiraiya, your Jaira. You go for that catapult base. That should be everybody. Pray they don't sow your army. You're gonna love. I love you just said that. Wait till you see who we're playing in the main game. Because I have a interesting fact for you guys of who my favorite faction is. But we'll get to that in the next stream. That's why we need to do this fast. Oh, I love that you said that. Oh man. Let's just say I learned from the best, chat. Kind of why I always keep Zhang Liao around. Also, my character's backstory may or may not be his son who betrayed him. I didn't name him something specifically, but I still named him my own name, but, you know. Defeat Yengamu unit together with allies in time to raise ally. Alright, so we gotta defeat these guys. So let's go help Zhang Li outside then. Alright, I'm gonna re-divert Ida then. Ida, you're re-diverting to help your husband, Uriah. As you can tell, chat, I am totally not overpowered as hell. Oh, there's a unit right here, hold on. One thing. Cavalry's doing their job. Zhang Liao is always reliable. Need a good cavalry unit? Always making your cavalry unit. Wow, Jiraiya's having problems. What? Jiraiya, you disappoint me right now. And you have Ida over there with you. They just won. Hold on, I'll have to read the rest of that. You're probably right. Oh, hey, it's Sao Ren! Hey! Look who it is! It's one of Sao's family. Cousin, right? Or no. That's his actual brother or something, isn't it, Sao Ren? Yeah. So many characters in Japan, to be fair, in the Three Kingdoms book, that sometimes it's hard to keep track of it. Try Sao Ren. Alright, let me give Jiraiya his orders. Jiraiya, you are to push this base. The cavalry's just going, so I'm still letting them do their things. Soon Ben and Zhang Liao is just moving. Oh, they're trying to do theirs. Whoa! Whoa! Hold up, I gotta fall back. Now that's a good Cao maneuver. You would almost say that maybe Guo Jia is somewhere nearby. You see that? Y'all are starting to learn how much of a geek I am for this game. I know them all by name. Hold on, who's up here rushing? I need to... Zenji, I need you to attack Xiaojin. Xiaojin. Look at this, they have surrounded my castle. Actually, these are sorcerers. This almost is a no. This is a Zhuge Liang tactic. This is the sleeping dragon tactic. No. Shu ain't getting in here. Come here. Luckily, I'm unbelievably broken. But yeah, your enemy will also use special strategies like what they're doing right now in order to try to overcome you and break your morale and make you lose more troops. See, even in just this easy fight, I still lost around 2,000 troops. That's easily gotten back, but, you know. I'm gonna go try to win this quickly now that I've thwarted their plans.
この程度で私の手を煩わせないでください。そう思考。今は敵を貫いていない。行きなさい。勢いを殺さず進むの。
Wow, look how they got these people. Woo, this actually might be a fight. Wow, alright, so there are so many of them. Alright, hold on. Wow, I'm getting juggled. Hold on. Never seen that before. Need to thin out the numbers here is what happens. What happens? There we go, we're getting less commanders in here. What happens is it fills up. Oh, I captured somebody. Where's the, I need Sauron. Where's Sauron? Oh, I see him over here. Trying to... There he is. There we go. I think he went too high in the air. There he is. Alright, beat him. Hopefully it'll capture him. They have no troops left. Whoa, I need to beat him. There we go, we won. Woo! Alright. You can tell by what color commanders from the actual game I have, the blue everywhere. I favoritize certain factions. Alright, made an A, nice. Leveled me up in merit. which will almost level me up at the end of the month, too. Old Realms news from Bannerlord. Braytonia, from what I've seen, is damn near completed. Oh, really? I definitely need to get into that at some point. Hey, some people went up to B's. Nice. I got a Thunder Gem, a Bolt Gem, and an Armor Breaker Gem. Good. A new strategy card. Lesser Whirlwind. Wind Attack. Effect low. Fill secret plan gauge for plans not in use. Ooh. So that's an auxiliary card. And yes, you can be a Grail Knight. Yes. Dude, that sounds amazing. I cannot wait till that, when we get back. Like I said, once I get back from my trip, we are going to do a lot more again. I'm on a tight budget until after the trip, so. I've already got enough strategists, so let's release him. Once again. Wow. Oh, but he's a great commander. I'll recruit you. Or a prophet or a warrior priest. Oh, Sigmar. Ooh, that's actually pretty awesome. Alright, we have extra people. I need to move some troops around now and go on a stroll and interact with Genera so we can get to the next phase. Yeah, we couldn't increase gold, but that's because of the wars we had to do. That's fine. It doesn't really matter if you don't complete those. Those are just extra merit for leveling up. Alright. So, I'm once again going to be prioritizing domestic affairs and military. Or a vampire noble and slap Manfred in the face. Ooh, that would be amazing! Alright, that sounds... See, I'm playing that. Once we get back to normal things, I'm able to start doing mods again. I'm also planning on a big Minecraft thing with James once we get that settled. As we've been talking about. That is still coming back. It's just, things have been going crazy. I don't think we should invade right now. So let's look at these. So... Ooh. So, the safest invasion would be into Jianling. But I really don't want to invade, so yeah, see, my middle territory is at a terrible disadvantage. It's at a good match for this, but not this. Because we can attack from there to there. So we could cut them off at the feet. It would help be less stress. It would supplement between two territories instead of just the one. So Guanping is guarding this territory. This would solidify my south. My goal is to get these two eventually, this blue and purple one, or dark blue one, because this will solidify the southern territories for me, and I'll become basically Wu in historical terms at this point. Be warned, Chaos Warriors in the mod are exactly as powerful as depicted in a lot of games. Woo! Good to know. That's pretty scary. They will murder your men? Right? Well, that is what they do. Let's amass... What do you think? I'll let you vote, Farseer, and this will be our decision for this stream, and then I gotta wrap up soon to show y'all the better version. But I'm gonna let y'all decide which way I go for my off-screen playthrough. Should I invade Changsha and build up the southern region while I'm invading Changsha? Or should I wait one more year, making sure that the southern region is as beefy as it can be? Because I will invade Changsha from that direction. I don't think there's an easier target other than that, but if that might get suggested by one of my commanders, but I might have to turn that down. Because that is less troops to go through right there. And here. This will also probably get suggested by my commanders, but I'll have to turn that down as well. And this one. They'll definitely suggest this one. It's 2319. We could easily bop that and not even worry, but it also means holding even more territory once again. So I'd rather let them just be weak and not be able to retaliate. So our only options is these two right here. So it's either wait a year and then let this be an option as well, or we attack from this direction while supplementing the south. Part of me says consolidate power, but the other part of me is my TW self-saying, Total War self-saying, blitz them! The AI is pretty stupid in this game at one downside unless you put it on like max difficulty. So it's not like I have to worry if I do turtle too hard. It can defeat you if you turtle, like, if you don't keep up while you're turtling, but I'll let you decide. Either or is a decent decision. Neither's necessarily, the wrong way to go. What? Speaking of Total War, I found out that I can trap Nakari in the Warden's cage. That's right. What? They allow that? That's crazy. Yeah, because, he's easily contained. In many ways. Alright, didn't know that. It's good to know that. We will be doing more of that soon, too. Because between James... Oh! I'm so glad I said that. Before I forget, while you're here, Farseer, so you know as well to let everyone know on James's side as well, James is not going to be here this entire week. He's going to be gone until, stream-wise, probably till Monday. Actually, me getting to talk to him, I won't get to talk to him till Sunday. After he goes to work tonight, the rest of this week, he's gonna be leaving, I think, tomorrow, I think it is. He's going to, celebrate with his friends, it's, on a birthday kind of, event thing. So he is not going to be around for, to be fair, almost kind of like what I'm doing. But, a miniature version. It's less days. But basically what I'm going to be doing for a few days. He's going and just taking a little miniature trip, vacation style thing. Going to chill with some friends and just enjoy and, get away from things for a little bit. But he won't be back till Monday stream-wise, and playing games-wise Sunday when I'm able to talk to him again. But he wanted me to let you guys know just since he's not able to. So, for everyone who also watches James's streams on my side, definitely remember he will not be back till Monday. But I'm glad I said that. But after all of that, and after I get back from my trip, Total War, Minecraft, everything that's been kind of slacking off, when James has days off, because he's going to get a full week off, but I've got to see what days that is, because his week might actually be his week off of work might be during when I'm not going to be here, but I'm going to have to see. It'd be the darndest of thing of how that happens, but consolidate power. Gotcha. Alright, so we will set no invasion goal then. So we don't want to form an alliance quite yet, it's too early. We can send a bribe. I want to do that, because we do need to perform some training. I want to do that, that needs to be done. I don't want to do that. Okay. We're going to be doing some development, and I will still recruit people, even though that's not one of our political goals. There's so many no-name people because I screwed up in the beginning of the game, assigning people to the right areas, which is what I'm actually about to do now. I need to do, before we go, where is this? I remember where. Point. Grand General. Tactician. Oh, I have Tindong there. Tindong. General. General. Donbai. Worldwide. Sensei. And probably Wang Yi. Yeah, Wang Yi. Oh no. No, yeah. Where'd you go? I lost her. Wang Yi. Complete. Well, y'all get to see what she looks like when she's a part of the Guardian Corps. But let's see. You have appointed Janira as Grand General. Like have him locked up for as many turns as possible. That's true. No battles took place, but everyone has been appointed. See there. See, that's why I did that too. Once you appoint everyone, they're the people you see in your inside your council chambers. So now all the proper people are in here. It seems Zhang Liao wishes to meet with you. Okay. Let's go do that real quick. You missed my troll strategy. Alright. One troll thing I can do to you, Ardnot, is Warden trap Nakari and never give him back. I will find out how to counter that. Don't try. I will fight whoever is doing that, and I will learn how to compete with it. I just beat Zhang Liao's butt in Chinese chess, or whatever that thing is called. Well, I'm already on a stroll, because that takes me on a stroll when you do that. Who else needed to talk to me? I remember there was Saima Hui. What's that? Are you searching for something? I already have all these. We'll get a friend to fight side by side with again. This gives us more troops. This guy randomly recommends people to you to recruit. And or I was just about to say, or he'll increase your relationship with an unaffiliated officer so you can recruit them. Which Yu Ying is one of the ones I'm trying to recruit, so. Thank goodness. Any other explanation marks? No. Let's find Yu Ying. I'll just have to move her around. Wow. Cao Cao's son is over here. There's a lot of people on the free market right now that are famous. Where is she? She's not out here right now? She must not be out here right now. Alright, well then we'll have to get her later. So I need Lu Su. Oh no, you know what? Let's get Sao P. Let's keep with the way mentality right now. There we go, Sao P. Sao P has become your ally. Alright, now, next. Let's work on an officer that doesn't, let's work on one of the officers down here now. Simon Lane. There we go. Heck, I even took Tyrion from Darius. I trapped him so many times that I know when to cast it and trap him. Wow. He is fast. He's hard to catch, but I could see if you play enough, you would know. Darn you, Farsi. I'm gonna learn how to counter that. You just watch. I will find a way to counter that. You ain't gonna keep that over me. I will find a way. But we lost some money that time. But that's because I recruited Sal P. Alright, we're not being attacked. Oh, that territory, good. That territory is going for some territory. So if they attack and their troops are weakened by next year and they don't have full troops, we'll definitely push them next year. Ooh, okay. So now I need to perform a training. Wait, don't rations have to be up first? Then let's do agricultural development first. Do it here. Oh no, Guanping has been destroyed! So that means they won, but that means that they have weakened troops. So next year will be the time that we move. Because now he has 2 territories. So now I need to push him back. Alright, cool. Agricultural development has been done once. Let's secure rations. How did we lose rations right there? I guess because the training's been going on. Yeah, let's do some more agricultural development. Let's do it at this place. So that's been performed now. So let's go. We'll have to perform training. Ooh, now they're being attacked in the north. Let's perform a great training. What's the lowest level? Down. Wow, we're actually really high level. Hey, Qinggong leveled up. There we go. Level 5 Brave leveled up. Nice. Perform training done. To honor your efforts, I appoint you magistrate. Sun Li just became a new kingdom. So now that's another kingdom with 3 territories. Oh, he just took one of Ja Wen's territories. Uh-oh. Starting the war council. Alright, here we go, guys. Alright, I want... Just keep it even. Keep focusing on all that. Alright, our invasion goal... Oh, look how weak it is now. Our invasion goal is Changsha. And that's where I'll leave it. I'll do that off camera. Because I've seen enough of this one to know what this one's like now. So... Let's do that. Do that, do that. It's easy to do, just need... It's easy to do, just need to sell that dwarven beard oil to everyone. Also, there's a higher money trade at the rival Dark Elf Green Earth Slate. What? Ah! Sell the beard oil? You know, that's an app strategy. I don't doubt that. That is a hell of an app strategy. Okay. Alright, this is my plan. They seem to agree. Good. $10K a turn. Wow! That's some Slanesh money. But then again, the Dark Elves always make good money. Let me quickly go on this stroll real quick. Apparently there's an officer that needs to talk to me. I'm trying to do this while we got it. If worst case scenario, I'll have to show the other one tomorrow. If we can't get to it tonight. Then we'll go back to normal schedule after all that. These are not going to be main series. They're just, you know, me showing off a game from my childhood that I play when I just need a game to have fun and play. Wait, Ping needs to talk to me. High Elves with 10K money a turn. Oh, that's High Elves. Well, I guess they can technically make that kind of money. Any of the elf factions are capable of it. The Dark Elves just make it a lot faster. Like, they get there quicker. Alright. I need to work on Zanira real quick. That's got her out of the way. I need to make sure she stays the highest, because I need her to go to A first. So that way we can, she can end up marrying Shanti, and they end up having their kids. Just like in the lore. Marchow! Excuse me, chat, 1 second. 1 second. 1 second, chat. Damn it. Well, not yet. I'll be back for you, Macha. You don't get recruited by anybody. You come back here. That's my favorite shoe officer in the game for the Green Army. You come back here. You are gonna work for me. Hey, Zhang Hui. No, there's Zuo Sui again. I need to get him back. I didn't interact with him enough last time, so we'll get him to a level D as well out here. Or D affiliation. Alright, that's all we can do. August, which is this month, my birthday month. Alright, I'm gonna hold out, because I actually do want to attack in this turn, so I'm gonna save it, and I'll do that off camera. Player info, let's check our stuff. I haven't figured out how to upgrade this yet. I'm gonna figure that out next. In this game. I know how to upgrade this in the main game, but not in this game for some reason. You don't have that. What do I have? I have a lacerator one. Then we give it. We'll try that. This lacerator artifact is level 2 because of that now. I once again do not know how to level this up. Alright, let me save it. Real quick, chat, it's gonna take away the camera for just a second while it saves. Alright. Quit. Okay, that's good for now. I was playing Emmerich, and when I made it there, I saw the armies and who was beating Nakari. I laughed my butt off. That is hilarious, though. Nakari is a flip of the coin with the AI. Sometimes Nakari will do the right choices, and he'll dominate, like, half the map. Sometimes he'll get freaking railroaded, and he'll die almost in the beginning of the game sometimes. Not necessarily fully, but he'll be so wounded he'll never come back fully. And that really does make sense if you think about it. For a Slanesh demon, it's all or nothing, right? That over excess coming out. Who beat him? Wait, this reminds me of something funny that happened. I missed this. In one of the playthroughs, like, how would you feel as Slanesh to conquer the Elven homeland just to lose it to the Bretonians? So you're gonna tell me a bunch of humans didn't fall for Slanesh corruption, but the elves did? Dark elves, sure. What? High elves, though. What? That had made me upset. If that had happened to me, and somehow Bretonia was that savage, but I played differently with Nakari, so I doubt they'd beat me, but it's just, frick. It's like, that is not who I thought you were going to say. I see why you laughed. I think I would have laughed if I had seen that if I wasn't playing him. And I went up there and saw that, I'd be like, what is happening? Jeez, man. Freaking Bretonia. I was playing Emmerich. You were playing Emmerich when you saw it. Ah, I see. That's freaking hilarious. But that's only in Total War. I actually do appreciate Total War because it's one of those games, strategy game wise, when it comes to map fighting, I never get tired of when I do play it. Just because I get burned out on one faction playing it too much. But as far as the map and playing on the map in general, that never gets old. Because you never know what's going to happen. So many bloody things can go wrong or change or go where the way you don't expect anywhere on that map. And I love it. That's probably the best, like, conquest, massive open world map and AI faction based stuff I've ever seen in a game in a long time. Stellaris is a good second. The AI in Stellaris is pretty decent, but sometimes one of them gets too overpowered, and then all of a sudden just railroads everyone. But that doesn't happen in Total War, is that? There's always a way to come back. So, unless you're like backed into a corner with only like 3 territories left, you usually have a chance of doing something. So, I confederated the remaining elves and left Nakari to his fate. Makes sense. Because you don't have to fight him, because apparently the Bretonians rode their horses across the ocean into the north and went, we're gonna go fight this purple demon! Like I said, I love that map. You never know what the AI is gonna do. And I love it. Good and bad. Smart and dumb decisions equally. It's such a fun game that way. Which what I'm about to show you for this game's normal game, which is what we're going to be doing right after this. I just got to change the title and stuff. They're going to go in the same playlist because this isn't going to be necessarily a series. This is just going to be me having a little bit of fun and showing some things off. It's going to be in the Guardian Classics folder, where all my classic games I've played from my childhood are, because this is one of them. So, it's just not this number specifically. That'd be Dynasty Warriors 3 and 2. And 1. I played all 3 back in the day when this series first began. So that shows you how long I've been playing Dynasty Warriors. I played since Dynasty Warriors 1. Back when this game was slow as molasses. And I mean like slashes. a 5-hit combo would probably take you about 2 minutes. Back when, like, there was no PS5s, no modern technology, games were barely 3D. But this game kind of kept with that style. It just upgraded its mechanics and gameplay, which I do appreciate. But you can tell that this game never fully left the PS2, PS3 era. I say PS3, early PS3, but late PS2. As far as looks. But gameplay-wise, yeah, it's definitely faster. The hack and slashing, the customization of the units, and what I'm about to show you in the next version of this game, the main story version of this game, that I wish was in this game, like this version, for the custom empires. This is probably my favorite. Number 9 of the normal story one that we're going to show in a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping it up. Let me read chat here, check to see what I missed. Let's see. I saw 7 full stacks up there. Wow. Malekith was the strangest one of all. The dude was in the Empire's territory, right, raising hell. Like, how did he get that far? That's what I mean. I have no idea. He must have found a line and just barreled through it. He must have just went, well, I can't win anywhere else, so let's go boop, 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 in like a straight line until we got to Empire territory. Realistically, though, if you think about it, the Dark Elf faction and the way it plays, it actually would be pretty devastating in Carl's region. Like in the Empire's region. Even though the Empire does have a lot of armor and guns, I mean, you're talking about Hydras, dragons, fucking all kinds of stuff that normally the Empire doesn't averagely face. They fight them sometimes, but you know, not that kind of levels. Not Malekith himself. And so it's like, it's cool. And I've done that even as a player myself, where I'll look at something and go, you know what? I bet you that actually would be a pretty hard counter to that, because that's not something you would normally fight. And I've done strategies like that to save my playthroughs, where I'll go to a place where normally this faction is not at all present, but there's a faction there that my units actually could pretty much stomp because of playstyle. So, I've done that before. The Ever-Chosen is so far north, he's easy mode, he's on easy mode. He's on easy mode and is easily forgotten. He is. Unless you play Kislev. I found out the hard way, especially if you play the father of the Queen of Kislev. I forget his name. Boris? Something like that. If you play him, he starts right next to him. He starts right next to the Ever-Chosen. Which is, if you're playing Boris, is absolutely horrible. And is you have to kill him early. You have to fight him early before he can get anything more devastating than what he starts with. Which is still pretty scary. So, you have to get your territory and kill him fast. If you don't, he's gonna punch into your little first starting sector. He's gonna capture that northern region up there. That's half of your territory, and you're never gonna get it back. And you will either have to turtle and wait, or you'll have to push south in order to regain enough strength to fight him. Otherwise, he is going to flatline you. He is so broke. Like, I played him, I started his playthrough. If you want, because of where he is, you can just blitzkrieg German style all the way to Karl Franz. And no one's going to stop you. He starts with some of the best units in the game for his playstyle. Plus the way the Legions of Chaos work to begin with. Now, in the new version of Total War, he's able to, because he's undivided, he's able to recruit literally anything. he's so scary. And if you forget about him for too long playing anyone else, he'll remind you eventually that he's there. Eventually. The only one who screws him up sometimes is the other demon to his top left. Forget what it is. Sometimes that screws him over. Sometimes. But usually he does pretty well. Well, maybe Sokev. Sometimes Sokev fights him instead of helping him. I think that's his name, the big giant centaur guy towards the south in the mountains near Grimgor. Sometimes he'll push north towards him, but it's very rare. He's got the perfect spot. He can either go terrorize the Empire in Kislev, or he can go kill demons. He can go south and kill greenskins or dwarves. He can literally do what he wants. He is probably the easiest start in the game if you're not used to Total War as well. Like, you won't. All you gotta learn is how to use the Legions of Chaos mechanic, or the Champions of Chaos, or Warriors of Chaos, whatever it's called, mechanic. And once you learn how to use that, yeah. If you don't know how to play Total War, play him. Like, it's a good starting place. I forgot about him in my Everqueen playthrough, and wonder why I was playing, and wondered why I was always second place in strength until I saw the old world. Yeah, he will always eventually be first if no one stopped him. If he manages to get to Karl's regions and the Empire and Kislev together, that's all gonna belong to him unless for some reason Karl unified fast. If Karl unifies all of the Empire, there is less likely he can beat him. Because Karl himself is actually pretty strong with his benefits towards the units he gets. So, if he unifies, maybe. Same thing for the Ice Queen. If the Ice Queen can beat the cult that she's competing with, and unify all of Kislev, and then push towards Boris, her father, before he's dead, she can stop it then too. But once again, if you forget about him, you always want to keep him in the back of your head even if you're somewhat away from him. Especially if you're playing any of Kislev or Empire factions. Always remember, you have a Geth train coming to you from the north eventually. Dude was taking Grimgor's stuff. Yeah, he'll do that too. Like I said, he can go either way. Even Grimgor can't really totally fight him in the beginning of the game. Not many people can. He starts with some nasty stuff. And because of his passives, all that stuff gets tons of bonuses naturally without upgrading him or leveling him up. He's so broke. Let's see. Oh, he got as far as Cathay in Braytonia? Oh, he went extra mile on that one. That's terrible. Oh my god. Once again, Cathay or Braytonia ain't gonna put up much of a fight either. Because he's got counters for cavalry, counters for monster units, counters for the... He can beat any of the Chaos Lords. He's undivided. He can be like, alright, I need some more tankier Nurgle units. Boop, switches to Nurgle temporarily. I need some more bloodthirsty Khorne units. Boop, switches to Khorne temporarily. I need undivided Chaos Warriors of Doom. Goes straight to what he's meant for. Which is his strongest build, technically, no matter what you're fighting. But overall, if you're trying to mid-max, oh yeah, he's the king of that. So, like, just get a bunch of Marauders, train them to be a different style of worship of Chaos Lord, and boom, you got what you need. It's amazing, but it's terrible. But alright, I'm going to end it here, Farseer. I want to give a big shout out to my moderator, Farseer, for always making sure the supply lines for Jean-Tai's kingdom, is appropriately running and isn't being ambushed by Cao Cao's forces. His only weakness is people remembering he exists and goes after him. Yeah, eventually he'll get picked on. That's why the key to beating him is just never let him get too far. Always remember he's there and keep him at bay. Don't let him get past that spot where Boris is. At worst, let him kill Boris. If you can't get up there in time, let him have Boris if you're near those northern territories. That's kind of what I had to do with my playthrough with James when I was fighting James and his Chaos Dwarves with the Ice Queen. I had to let Boris die because I couldn't fight Everchosen openly and James and the Chaos Dwarves. So I was like, nah, I'll just let the Everchosen stay his ass across the ocean. And I'll just defend it and focus on James and them. That was that original playthrough. We'll probably end up having to do another one just because we didn't get to finish it. So. Plus, James knows more of how to play all that kind of stuff now, so it'd be more fun to start one where we both are equally just as savage in that game now. So. But, alright, Farseer, you said, well, by I'll make sure he don't reach Franz. Yeah, don't let him get that. If he gets that far, it's too late. He's gonna be a reckoning for most empires. Except for the ones who did that to their regions, wherever they lay. He'll be way too scary. But alright, Farseer, I hope you have a good one. I want to give a big shout out, like always, to Farseer and to Jazich. Remember, to all his followers and watchers and subscribers, he is on vacation right now, or will be. So he will not be back till Monday, stream-wise. So don't forget that as you give him a big shout out. Show his channel some love, and if you haven't seen some of his videos yet, definitely check him out. And I hope y'all enjoyed watching this stream of Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires. We're about to do a quick changeover to not regular Dynasty Warriors and do a comparison. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you over there in a minute. Bye, everyone! Hope to see you soon! Bye!